Did he rarely speak? Did he rarely speak? Were their cousins decorators? Were their cousins decorators? Don't they miss? Don't they miss? Did he juggle 5 months ago? Did he juggle 5 months ago? He's going to cook for us tonight. He's going to cook for us tonight. We couldn't leave. We couldn't leave. Saving money is important. Saving money is important. Wait, Tommy. Wait, Tommy. The government has announced new policies to reduce pollution. The government has announced new policies to reduce pollution. I've always wanted to have children. I've always wanted to have children. Let's have dinner after the movie. Let's have dinner after the movie. I'm going to the park to play with my dog. I'm going to the park to play with my dog. They joined a hiking club to explore the mountains. They joined a hiking club to explore the mountains. Let me know if you want me to bring anything. Let me know if you want me to bring anything. She has been working as a teacher since last month. She has been working as a teacher since last month. Where can I find spices and seasonings? Where can I find spices and seasonings? Actually, I like American music. Actually, I like American music. They will celebrate their founding anniversary on Saturday. They will celebrate their founding anniversary on Saturday. Aren't you going to open at noon? Aren't you going to open at noon? His brother is his best friend. His brother is his best friend. How often do you eat apples? How often do you eat apples? We couldn't finish any tickets. We couldn't finish any tickets. It wasn't Potter 3 the previous morning. It wasn't Potter 3 the previous morning. I will see a man who is your friend. I will see a man who is your friend. We are against the new development proposal. We are against the new development proposal. They're throwing a party. They're throwing a party. Can they lock weekly? Can they lock weekly? Can't they be missing after a month? Can't they be missing after a month? I will shop. I will shop. Bypass. Bypass. We finished the whole mission. We finished the whole mission. The time of my meeting is approaching. The time of my meeting is approaching. Enveloping the property was very difficult and very even. Enveloping the property was very difficult and very even. Is our mother-in-law a dermatologist? Is our mother-in-law a dermatologist? Do you know? Do you know? All the guests came for the party. All the guests came for the party. Are you in this class? Are you in this class? Continuously. Continuously. You watch TV in the evening. You watch TV in the evening. Is there a clothing section in the store? Is there a clothing section in the store? English is the language of the internet. English is the language of the internet. We'd better call a taxi or we'll be late. We'd better call a taxi or we'll be late. Cotton is a soft, absorbent fabric. Cotton is a soft, absorbent fabric. They had lived in the same house for 20 years before they moved in. They had lived in the same house for 20 years before they moved in. Shouldn't we be lieutenants right away? Shouldn't we be lieutenants right away? You will be better. You will be better. I used to study French, but now I'm learning Spanish. I used to study French, but now I'm learning Spanish. Are you working on my team? Are you working on my team? Can't I compare? Can't I compare? Wouldn't we be astronauts in 5 centuries? Wouldn't we be astronauts in 5 centuries? I would never, ever do this. I would never, ever do this. Shall we continue in the twilight? Shall we continue in the twilight? Disclaimer. Disclaimer. Do you want to come to the party? Do you want to come to the party? The new store is located above the coffee shop. The new store is located above the coffee shop. We have to design it after 5 days. We have to design it after 5 days. It wasn't like. It wasn't like. Was it vineyards? Was it vineyards? The smell of freshly brewed coffee woke me up. The smell of freshly brewed coffee woke me up. Can I have a pillow? Can I have a pillow? Hiking is fun. Hiking is fun. Was your stepfather a greengrocer? Was your stepfather a greengrocer? Let us do it. Let us do it. 2 blocks away. 2 blocks away. I am confused. I am confused. Our grandmother was an economist. Our grandmother was an economist. We are approaching our goal. We are approaching our goal. Baby is crying. Baby is crying. I'm worthy. I'm worthy. At the end of the day, they will have finished their homework. At the end of the day, they will have finished their homework. Whose cologne is this? Whose cologne is this? He watched a documentary about wild animals. He watched a documentary about wild animals. Does he listen? Does he listen? The dog barking in the garden is annoying. The dog barking in the garden is annoying. That's why I decided to go to a cooking class. That's why I decided to go to a cooking class. Can't we add it after 4 months? Can't we add it after 4 months? We were not created in the twilight. We were not created in the twilight. He usually watches TV before dinner. He usually watches TV before dinner. Our grandmother was an economist. Our grandmother was an economist. He is a mechanic and repairs cars for a living. He is a mechanic and repairs cars for a living. He wouldn't dance. He wouldn't dance. We can kill at noon. We can kill at noon. Far from the shore, we could see the island from afar. Far from the shore, we could see the island from afar. He likes ice cream, and so do I. He likes ice cream, and so do I. Why did he cancel the meeting? Because he got sick. Why did he cancel the meeting? Because he got sick. What's the problem? What's the problem? The voice of the legendary singer was unique. The voice of the legendary singer was unique. If you don't know the answers to these questions, if you don't know the answers to these questions, his mother was a physicist. His mother was a physicist. I fill it later. I fill it later. If it's cold, wear a hat and gloves. If it's cold, wear a hat and gloves. As I understand it. As I understand it. My nephew was a consultant. My nephew was a consultant. We are planning to visit Paris next summer. We are planning to visit Paris next summer. The plane took off from the runway. The plane took off from the runway. How much does a pair of shoes cost? How much does a pair of shoes cost? Will we let you know after 2 months? Will we let you know after 2 months? I'm flying to New York next month. I'm flying to New York next month. We organized a charity event to collect donations for a good cause. We organized a charity event to collect donations for a good cause. I couldn't solve. I couldn't solve. He will visit his grandparents during the summer vacation. He will visit his grandparents during the summer vacation. He used to live in a different country. He used to live in a different country. If I were a filmmaker, I would make thought-provoking documentaries. If I were a filmmaker, I would make thought-provoking documentaries. I have too much wisdom. I have too much wisdom. Is the lesson of the week the last lesson? Is the lesson of the week the last lesson? Will he give? Will he give? Haven't we refereed before? Haven't we refereed before? They want to learn to code. They want to learn to code. Can they match after 2 hours? Can they match after 2 hours? They loved watching comedy. They loved watching comedy. I am cold. I am cold. Towards the end of the meeting, we were able to reach a conclusion. Towards the end of the meeting, we were able to reach a conclusion. They go to the theater on special occasions. They go to the theater on special occasions. Your kids are technicians. Your kids are technicians. Help everyone be clear about their sprint goals. What has been accomplished, and what needs to happen next. Help everyone be clear about their sprint goals. What has been accomplished, and what needs to happen next. If we had followed the instructions, we would not have failed. If we had followed the instructions, we would not have failed. We were often not encouraged. We were often not encouraged. Elephants are larger than dogs. Elephants are larger than dogs. Kind of load scenario. Kind of load scenario. We were not staying. We were not staying. May I help you? May I help you? I don't care if you're 35. I don't care if you're 35. Rarely did he work as a contractor? Rarely did he work as a contractor? Have you ever seen a kangaroo? Have you ever seen a kangaroo? When I woke up, he had already gone to work. When I woke up, he had already gone to work. Will he be a banker now? Will he be a banker now? Pleased to meet you. Pleased to meet you. Instead of taking the car to the mechanic, he fixed it himself. Instead of taking the car to the mechanic, he fixed it himself. Will you plan for the next 5 days? Will you plan for the next 5 days? Should we touch? Should we touch? I'm so bored and don't know what to do. I'm so bored and don't know what to do. The students are listening to the teacher. The students are listening to the teacher. He wouldn't just arbitrate. He wouldn't just arbitrate. Okay, then I don't do anything. Okay, then I don't do anything. They were debating which restaurant to go to. They were debating which restaurant to go to. I'm going to the dentist at 3 o'clock today. I'm going to the dentist at 3 o'clock today. Was he the night watchman next year? Was he the night watchman next year? Your nephew is the decorator. Your nephew is the decorator. I don't know what you are saying. I don't know what you are saying. How about a slice of cake with your coffee? How about a slice of cake with your coffee? Our ABC meeting continues. We may be late for the retro meeting. Our ABC meeting continues. We may be late for the retro meeting. What will you be doing at this time tomorrow? What will you be doing at this time tomorrow? How many cars are there? How many cars are there? Is his friend a controller? Is his friend a controller? He couldn't find his car keys. He couldn't find his car keys. Humble, humble. He's seen that movie before. He's seen that movie before. We walked for a while in the rain until we found shelter. We walked for a while in the rain until we found shelter. Why didn't you come with me? Why didn't you come with me? I think I broke my arm. I think I broke my arm. Check when. Check when. I've been learning to make new recipes lately. I've been learning to make new recipes lately. We're both feeling a little under the weather today. We're both feeling a little under the weather today. They visited Paris, we visited. They visited Paris, we visited. Do you like hiking? Do you like hiking? It's getting late. It's getting late. Weren't you hit? Weren't you hit? Did he oversee the children? Did he oversee the children? The man was very tall. The man was very tall. Can I travel? Can I travel? I'm going to finish this movie and go to bed after that. I'm going to finish this movie and go to bed after that. I will play. I will play. We used to go camping every summer. We used to go camping every summer. This makes sense, but I'm still not sure I understand. This makes sense, but I'm still not sure I understand. We will weld every month. We will weld every month. I didn't go to school today, unfortunately I got sick. I didn't go to school today, unfortunately I got sick. It can be a long journey. It can be a long journey. Shouldn't I be making jewelry at night? Shouldn't I be making jewelry at night? He was saving up to buy a new bike. He was saving up to buy a new bike. After 5 months, he can become a driver. After 5 months, he can become a driver. We were waiting for the movie to start. We were waiting for the movie to start. You didn't draw. You didn't draw. I have a lot of satisfaction. I have a lot of satisfaction. Whose painting is this? Whose painting is this? It doesn't help. It doesn't help. He visited his family in another city. He visited his family in another city. How lively! How lively! The train leaves at 8 o'clock. The train leaves at 8 o'clock. What is your favorite sport? What is your favorite sport? Beetroot tuna. Beetroot tuna. Did not believe. Did not believe. If they had money, they could travel the world. If they had money, they could travel the world. I don't think material possessions are the most important thing in life. I don't think material possessions are the most important thing in life. Learning a new language is difficult. Learning a new language is difficult. In winter, they should wear thick clothes. In winter, they should wear thick clothes. Shouldn't he be a carpenter right away? Shouldn't he be a carpenter right away? He is known for his thought-provoking writings on social issues. He is known for his thought-provoking writings on social issues. Taken into account. Taken into account. He brushes his teeth before going to bed. He brushes his teeth before going to bed. Necessary. Necessary. I certainly cried when my father died. I certainly cried when my father died. I'm waiting for a raise in my salary. I'm waiting for a raise in my salary. Were his siblings photographers? Were his siblings photographers? What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? My classmate likes to play football. My classmate likes to play football. It may take some time to finish the project. It may take some time to finish the project. Can we add? Can we add? Do you want to go shopping for clothes? Do you want to go shopping for clothes? I feel good. I feel good. Should we never commit clowns? Should we never commit clowns? I'm running late. Do you know the fastest way to the conference room? I'm running late. Do you know the fastest way to the conference room? You and I will be apart. You and I will be apart. We wrote the code together with John. We wrote the code together with John. Are you a lawyer? Are you a lawyer? Do you mind if I examine your throat? Do you mind if I examine your throat? The smell of freshly baked bread filled the oven. The smell of freshly baked bread filled the oven. I'm not sure if I want to trust you. I'm not sure if I want to trust you. I've been studying all night for my exam. I've been studying all night for my exam. I need the press. I need the press. If he's late, we'll start without him. If he's late, we'll start without him. They must have been golfers before. They must have been golfers before. I'm in the room with dinner. I'm in the room with dinner. Your stepson was the surrogate. Your stepson was the surrogate. He likes listening to music. He likes listening to music. They had already explored the city before I joined them. They had already explored the city before I joined them. Could you please give some examples to explain your point? Could you please give some examples to explain your point? I could hear the waves crashing against the rocks and the sound was very soothing. I could hear the waves crashing against the rocks and the sound was very soothing. I usually go for a walk after dinner. I usually go for a walk after dinner. He decided to run to clear his mind. He decided to run to clear his mind. I had already packed my bags when I realized I had forgotten my passport. I had already packed my bags when I realized I had forgotten my passport. The house my father built is a cozy cottage. The house my father built is a cozy cottage. Let's do this. Let's do this. Would I step? Would I step? His friend is an inventor. His friend is an inventor. Shouldn't they always be applied? Shouldn't they always be applied? To walk. To walk. Aren't we manicurists at dusk? Aren't we manicurists at dusk? Is there a restaurant nearby? Is there a restaurant nearby? All necessary steps must be taken. All necessary steps must be taken. Do you like to eat for breakfast? Do you like to eat for breakfast? Is our brother a financier? Is our brother a financier? He was playing the guitar every day, so he could play the song perfectly. He was playing the guitar every day, so he could play the song perfectly. They could notice. They could notice. Is our stepson an intensive care specialist? Is our stepson an intensive care specialist? Shouldn't it have taken over last year? Shouldn't it have taken over last year? Your sister is a therapist. Your sister is a therapist. We cleaned the house. We cleaned the house. Should we be salespeople in the afternoon? Should we be salespeople in the afternoon? Not every year an esthetician. Not every year an esthetician. His half-brother is an alchemist. His half-brother is an alchemist. Suitable. Suitable. Her eyes are brown. Her eyes are brown. I can go to school. I can go to school. Sweat. Sweat. He played the guitar at the music festival. He played the guitar at the music festival. We will travel to a new country. We will travel to a new country. A red apple is sweeter than a green one. A red apple is sweeter than a green one. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry for not going out with your friends. Sorry for not going out with your friends. Ready. Ready.